Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire.
Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater.
My lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekeritas, I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Theater. And you know, my lords and ladies, the big craze in the 1950s horror scene was big creatures. Giant spiders, giant grasshoppers, giant mantises, and of course, those giant creepy crawlies with scaly skin and slimy darting tongues. I'm of course talking about giant lizards. And I've got the king of 1950s giant lizard movies for you tonight. From 1959, it's the pink and black menace himself, the Giant Gila Monster. And of course, along the way, we'll have our usual grab bag of geekiness, another warning from Gor Drizzle the Unkind, the Cranial Cavity Search, and much, much more. But now, my lords and ladies, prepare yourselves for an invasion of the reptilian kind. Here is the Giant Gila Monster.
Enormity of the West. There are still vast and virtually unexplored regions, bleak and desolate, where no human ever goes and no life is ever seen. It is as though the land had been posted by God. It is in these lonely areas of impenetrable forest and dark shadows that the Gila Monster still lives. How large the dreaded Gila Monster goes, no man can say.
Hey, here come Gordy and Jenny.
Hey, gang. Hey, what do you think? You better cool that foot jazz.
What's up,
Spook will be charging you with an entertainment tax.
We're charging for everything else.
Hi, Spook.
Hi, Cat.
Hey, how are the new clocks on the bomb?
Jenny? Yeah.
Where's Pat and Liz? I thought we'd be the last ones here.
Yeah, they're probably out spooking around somewhere.
Maybe they broke down.
Not in his heap. I worked on it myself.
That wouldn't make any difference if he goofed a speed shift or something.
Yeah, that squirrel is just the one that could do it.
Hey,
Oh, wonderful. What kept you so long, Lisa? Oh, Mr. Wheeler smoked 2 cigars at the table after dinner, and I could not get at the dishes until it was through.
What time did Pat leave?
Pat did not come home for dinner. That's why his father was so upset.
Here's old man Harris.
Man, that fella has a jewel of a car.
Well, luck, man.
Yeah, well.
Hey.
Oh, hi, Mr. Harris.
Harris.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, hello, fisherman.
You want to sell that deuce?
Why you fellas always after me to buy my car?
That 32 is the ideal stock to convert to a bomb.
Buying a car, son, is just like getting married or going to New York City. Everybody ought to do it once, but nobody ought to do it twice.
Hey, I can get you a good price on that.
Paid $695 for that car 26 years ago. 10 years ago, wasn't worth a dime. Last month, I turned down $100 for it. When it gets back up to $695 again, I'll sell it.
Oh, you
That's
think
what
you're
you'll never sell.
Hey, Spook, give me a snort of that there soda.
Hey, gang, you know this will be Lisa's first trip to a drive-in?
Oh, we have drive-ins in France, too.
Yeah?
Yes, I went twice with my brother on his motor scooter.
Brother on a motor scooter. Now that's my idea of absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Don't be too late.
We're gonna pull on out. Hey, Chase. If the road's clear, I'll drag you to Bartonell's corner.
Oh, I can't. I'm driving barefoot.
You still running on that old rubber?
Yeah. Hey, Spook, when Pat and Liz get here, will you tell them that we went to the drive-in and for them to catch up? Thank you.
We sure will.
And I'll give you $150.
You're talking like my foot's asleep. Who do you think he's playing with, kids?
Sheriff,
What's the trouble, Mr. Wheeler?
Pat didn't come home last night.
He didn't?
No, evidently was out with Liz Humphreys. She didn't come home either.
Oh?
I want you to find out why. And don't leave a stone unturned in doing so. Do I make myself clear?
I understand, Mr. Wheeler. There weren't any wrecks reported last night. Your son, Pat, he's about 19, isn't he?
That's right.
Just a year older than I was when I got married.
You think they eloped? He wouldn't dare.
I didn't say that. But if they were out together all night, you better hope they have.
This is a missing persons report, and I want to know what you're going to do about it.
Well, I'll send in an APB on both of them and the car. I don't think it'll do much good if they went off to get married. They'd already be across the state line.
Why, if he got married, I'll wring his neck. You ask me, it's that Chase Winston. He's older than the others. Sets them all wrong. Why, he's got more influence on Pat than I have.
Chase Winstead does more about keeping them in line than getting them in trouble, and I know. He's supported his mother and sister ever since his dad died on one of your drill rigs. Your son could take a page out of his book, Mr. Wheeler.
When I get through with my son, he won't have a book left. Now, you locate him or I'll have your job.
If you want to be the only peace officer in 10,000 square miles and 1,000 miles of road, you're welcome to it. I'll do everything I can to locate both of them, Mr. Wheeler.
1950s America. All the guys down at the soda shop swinging with their best girls, talking about how they're going to hop up their old jalopies into lightning-fast death machines. The lovable old town codger / alcoholic spouting useless advice. His mind so far gone he thinks soda pop tastes like moonshine. And of course the local rich guy slandering a good kid to local law enforcement because he can't face his own bad parenting skills. Gee, the 1950s were a dark time. And speaking of dark times, here comes a commercial.
There was a fool and fool. There was a fool and fool.
A scream of menace. A nightmare of fiendish horror. Unbelievable until you see it with your own horror-stricken eyes.
Since I've been here, I've been trying to capture a wolf to extract his glands.
But tell me, Professor, have you ever experimented on yourself?
The new doctor, suspect, beauties, the prey of fiendish desires. A village up in arms.
The flare! Where? At the top of the stairs. Water! Stop, or I'll shoot!
A Nerorama shocker.
Incidentally, where are your menfolk?
You're the first man I've ever seen.
Let go, Kip.
Now then, what's the matter?
Danger, Kip. They want to kill you. They'll take the spaceship and they'll make me go with them.
Well, how?
They can, Kip. They control me.
You'll share man's greatest thrill as you rocket through space to the lost moon city of alluring, ferocious cat women. Theirs is the fevered fury of life without love, goading them to lure men into the den of bloodthirsty moon monsters, driving them to tempt men in the deadly cave of moon gold, flaming into a wild lust to conquer man and destroy the world.
Hi, Sheriff. Hi,
Got a new set of wheels.
Yeah, new to me. That clunker I had, I'd be chasing you boys on a bicycle in a couple of days.
Oh, come on, Sheriff. Outside of Pat Wheeler, we haven't had a ticket in our gang in 8 months.
Oh, I was just kidding.
What's the mileage on it?
Oh, about 35,000. County bought it from the state. Those lucky stiffs on highway get a new car every year.
Let me have it for a couple of days and I'll tune it up for you.
Oh, you choke it off so I could never catch you.
You couldn't catch that deuce of mine right now. Now, let me have that patrol car. I'll turn it into a slingshot that'll catch anybody.
We'll make a deal. Just between us, Liz Humphreys and Pat Wheeler didn't get home last night.
Oh. They were supposed to meet us at the drive-in, but they didn't show up. We wondered what happened.
Were they in any kind of trouble?
What do you mean?
You know.
No, I don't think so.
Chase, level with me.
I'm almost positive they weren't in any trouble. I'd know.
Do you think they might have run off to get married?
Well, they've been going steady for over a year now. And I know they talked about it, but... No, not like for right now.
Did Pat have any money stashed?
Yeah, some.
Like how much?
Well, he was talking about getting a new blower and a mill. That's about $500.
Where did he get that kind of money?
He saved it. His old man gives him a good allowance when he's not mad at him.
What bank does he use?
None. He's afraid his dad would find out.
He could have been saving it to get married, couldn't he?
It's his money. I guess he could do whatever he wants with it. But you know, if he eloped, his old man had put him down flat.
I know. But Pat's smart enough to provide for himself till the old man cooled off.
Pat's the only one of the gang I couldn't slow down. Did you check the hospitals?
Yeah. Where could I find the rest of the gang?
Well, I don't know about Bob and Gordy, but Chuck and Rick went over to Easton. They wanted to check with the Wheel Cats about next Saturday night's platter party.
Next Saturday night?
Yeah.
You warn the gang I'll be cruising that pass that night. No dragging.
Okay, I'll tell them.
If you get any postcards from those two, let me know.
Hi, Sheriff. Hiya, Kelly.
Howdy, Eb.
Hello, Sheriff.
I don't have any word for you, Miss Humphreys.
She's a good girl, Sheriff. I ain't worried.
How come you drove around the truck all night then?
You don't think she might have eloped, do you?
Could be. She's pretty close-mouthed about her affairs.
More the likes of Wheeler. Ain't marrying our kind of folks.
You don't have a phone, so I just dropped around to let you know I'm doing everything I can.
We know that, Sheriff, and we sure do appreciate it.
Sorry Elizabeth put you to so much trouble.
It's never any trouble looking after kids.
Let me know if I can help, Sheriff.
Thanks, Eb.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Goodbye.
We everybody got to quit worrying this way. We've got to trust in the Lord. We've got to pray.
Horace?
Morning, Sheriff.
Let me smell your breath. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Hi, Chase.
Hi.
Did you get that diesel tractor fixed?
Yeah, she's all set.
Good. My boy, that's one trip I'm glad I don't have to make very often.
The stuff heavy? I'll help you unload.
No, not heavy. It's hot. Wheeler's sinking another oil well and he's afraid of fire when he comes in. There's 4 quarts of nitroglycerin out there in that kit. He wants us to keep it out back in the storehouse.
You know, last winter when number 21 came in, I made $100 with that stuff. Dad showed me how to use it. It's not so bad, as long as it doesn't get nervous.
Well, I'm sorry I was so late getting back. But with that cargo, I was afraid to do over 5 miles an hour.
It's not so dangerous as long as it's in a nitro case.
But I took these out of the case.
Holy smoke. You're lucky to be standing here talking about it. I'll put it in the shed.
Much action this afternoon?
Sheriff got a new patrol car. We'll get a tune-up job out of that.
Is that nitro safe out there?
Well, if it decides to blow, it's not safe anywhere. I'll get it.
That's not our range.
No, it's the sheriff's. If there's been a wreck, I get a tow job out of it. I also have a deal with the ambulance if someone's hurt.
You work all the angles, don't you, Chase?
Mr. Compton, I have to.
Hello, Sheriff? Yes. About 12 miles out beyond the red schoolhouse, a car has run into the ditch. Oh? Yeah, it's a pretty bad wreck. What kind of a car? Well, it's a sedan, a Pontiac, I believe. Someone could have been hurt pretty bad. Maybe we should get out there pretty quick.
Did you stop and investigate?
There's been a wreck 12 miles out of town. Where's the wrecker?
Home. I used the A-frame to build a doggone rock garden. Look, you take your car and keep the city wreckers off. I'll get our wrecker and follow you.
Attention all spaceship crew members. Our radar screen has picked up the target we've been looking for. Prepare the ship for an immediate attack.
Something's wrong. Someone's jamming the radio. We are losing all our air. Gamera, help us get out.
Camera has been located. Attack camera at once.
Welcome to my humble home.
Look, Mr. Summers, I've got to get my aunt off this island. She's been this way ever since we came here. I'm just afraid if we don't get away soon, something dreadful is going to happen to all of us.
Go back.
Let me out of here. Let me out of here.
And we now return to the Giant Gila Monster as our ambulance-chasing young hot rodder races to the scene of a supposed traffic accident to try to pick up a little cash on the towing action. A little ghoulish, I know, but I guess he needs the money. Oh, and we finally get a good glimpse of our eponymous creature.
I wondered who was on that party line a while ago.
Well, it cost me to get on that line with you. I figured since it was on your call station anyway, you wouldn't care.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
This engine's still warm.
Say, did you see the skid marks out here? They go at a direct right angle to the direction of travel.
Yeah. No digs in the macadam either. Somebody was hurt in here. There's blood all over the upholstery. Let's take a look around.
I've already looked around. There's nobody here.
Real good?
Yeah, real good. Well, maybe somebody came by and picked them up. It could have been the people that called in.
No. They'd have said something.
Then why didn't they wait?
People will go to the trouble to report an accident, but they won't stay around. Don't want to fill out the reports.
So, what do you do now?
Well, I'll take the license number and engine number, call headquarters. Maybe they've got a line on them. Chase, how are your headlights?
Fine, just fine.
Both of them burning? How many times have I warned you about getting that headlamp fixed?
Twice. But the first time it was just a suggestion.
Seal beam only costs $4.
Well, I had some unexpected expenses.
Oh? Missy?
Yeah, the doctor said she'd be able to start walking again pretty soon, and took all the money I had to make a part down payment on her braces.
You know, I think this is a complete washout. You probably got a screwdriver. I don't think the insurance company has missed one of those headlamps. Well, I got the whole story. The car was stolen out of state and the plates were stolen in state. So whoever stole it, beat it, hurt or not, as long as they could navigate.
Well, is there anything else I can do here, Sheriff? If not, I'll get this on back to the garage.
No, go ahead. Chase, will you give me a hand? I want to take some pictures of those skid marks. You stand by them for a scale.
Sure, glad to, Sheriff.
Good. Trouble, Chase?
I don't know, Sheriff. Take a look. We're just sitting here.
Probably fell off the car.
No scratches on it.
Yeah, maybe it landed in a bush.
Now, as thin as that imitation leather is, even a bush should take some of it off.
Was it just like that when you found it?
Yeah, straight up.
Probably belonged to some hitchhiker. Or it might have belonged to the fellow that stole that car and wrecked it. Say, look at this. A pack of cigarettes, one unlit. That suitcase don't belong to any car thief. He was around here too long. I'll take it in. I'll put it in the car for you. Somebody will be around to claim it. See you later, son.
Right, Sheriff.
Hey, what's with the code bed? I got your phone call.
When I was serving dinner to Mr. Wheeler, he became very angry. He said if I saw you again, he would have me sent back to France.
He can't do that.
Oh, yes, he can. He's my sponsor. He put up the bond.
That was to guarantee that you wouldn't become a ward of the state. Now, we don't have to worry about that. You know how to speak English well enough to get a job anywhere.
He said it's immoral for me to go out with you. What's immoral about?
Nothing.
I don't want to go away, Chase.
You won't have to, honey.
You think it's your fault that Pat ran away?
Well, he can think whatever he wants to think. Shouldn't take it out on you. But we hadn't better take any chances. You go back inside. And look, don't worry. Everything's going to be okay.
All right? All right. Dad, I'm superb. 7 to a box, no corners. I'm a roundhouse.
Sorry I asked, Mr.
Smith. Horatio Alger Smith.
Sorry I asked that, too. How'd you get in the ditch? You fall asleep?
Oh, no. There was this big pink and black thing drove right in front of me. It had stripes this wide.
Sure. Look, you come up and sit in my truck, and I'll get your car out.
Okay, that sounds like a good deal. Who knows, maybe we can...
Hey, man, you can't drive this car. Bender's cutting the wheel.
Sure I can. The motor works, see? But thanks for everything, Dad. You're a cotton-picking prince.
Okay, just a second. I'll get out of the way.
Okay, banga.
Since when do you talk a native language?
I just started today.
Well, what do you say?
What do you say? I don't even know what I said.
I need you, oh, my do I, baby? Of course I do. Duke Mitchell and Sammy Petrillo turn an island paradise into the zaniest madhouse in the 7 seas. Charlita puts a gleam in Duke Mitchell's eyes. Your smile only added life to your masquerade. Muriel Landers puts the whammy on Sammy.
Sammy! Run for your life! Go on, get out of here. Run for your life.
Ramona, the romantic chimp, takes off on a romantic chase of her own.
Strange, but interesting.
Really think so? What a charming compliment.
Bela Lugosi finds the perfect subject to turn a gorilla into a goof, and versa versa.
Look, what are you trying to tell me? I don't understand a word. What am I, dumb or something? Don't answer that. Now look, Duke Mitchell, I'm running this game, you understand? And don't talk back. Yeah, now put it on, because we got to get out that door.
2 million years in these subterranean caves, a creature of superhuman evil was entombed in a wall of ice, waiting to be free, waiting to live again. Travel with us on a journey into a world where nightmare becomes reality.
Are you telling me that an ape that lived 2 million years ago got onto that crate, killed the baggage man and put him in there?
Yes, I am. It's alive. It must be.
Travel with us, if you dare, on the Horror Express.
We'll search the train and find it, whatever it is, and destroy it. But if it's alive...
I want this kept quiet. I don't want to panic the passengers.
The malignant power of this creature is indestructible, transferring its force from mind to mind, from body to body.
Beast is not dead. I put 4 bullets into him.
You think evil can be killed with bullets? Satan lives.
The animal that you shot was only the host. It's alive in someone on this train.
You saw his eyes. One look at them and you're dead.
Anything that moves near that door, kill it!
Run. Run for your life. Hide, but you can't escape. No one can stop the fury and the terror of the Horror Express.
Show her. What is that?
That's just it. We don't know.
Did you see that? It moved.
Let's see if we can't get to the bottom of what really happened to you.
And what are you supposed to be? So, what is going on?
As far as I can tell, all-out space plant zombie attack.
Fool humans! I, Gor Drizzle, the unkind, the awesome orb your feeble minds can't absorb, observe your insignificant mud wad of a world and find it only minutely less ridiculous than your bodies! I mean, really, you call that effective evolution? Only 2 arms? Only 2? And 2 eyes where one omnispectral radioscopic tachyon receptor would do? And about the arms thing again. Why arms at all? Ever heard of telekinesis? Huh? Moving things with your mind? Ever heard of it? Try it sometime. You can't, can you? How do you think I'm racing towards your world at faster than light speeds? You think I have a warp engine jammed up my cloaca? No! It's my all-powerful mind! So in short, you're all useless, and I will destroy you. Quake in fearful humans! Quake in fear!
Rolls and rocks whenever she walks, my baby she rocks. And rolls and rocks whenever she talks. My baby's a rock and rollin' tippy-toe and never knowin' always blowin' baby. My baby she swings and sings and swings whenever I bring her things. She swings and sings and swings for little diamond rings. Swing and sing and bells a ring and happy playing and pleasure bringing baby. My baby she rocks and rolls and rocks whenever she walks. My baby she swings and sings and swings whenever I bring her things. A rock and roll and tippy-toe and ever know and always glow and swing and sing and bells a ring and happy playing, pleasure bringing baby. Good afternoon, Mr. Smith.
Like man, guys have had their heads chopped off for less than that.
For what?
For feeling so doggone good when I feel so bad. How'd I get here anyway?
I told you in this morning, remember?
As a matter of fact, I remember very, very little.
You said somebody ran you into the ditch, but I didn't see any other cars.
How'd you ever get me in that bed anyway?
I carried you in there and I sat on you till you fell asleep.
That must have been quite a chore.
You wouldn't have gotten very far in your condition.
Well, look, I really appreciate it.
Chase Winstead.
Chase. And by golly, how much I owe you?
Well, I bent the fender out from the wheel. Want me to fill it in and touch it up for you?
No, I don't think so. I'll get that done when I get back to the city.
Here, have some coffee.
Oh, great.
How about $2?
Man, this coffee's worth $2 all by itself. How about the tow?
No, I was coming this way anyway. I missed out on a little studying time. Make it $3.
Dad, you go to school?
Sort of. I take a correspondence course in engineering.
Well, look, I really feel indebted to you, and I'd like to do something to pay you back. Now, next time you're in the town, there's my card. Look me up, will you?
All right, will do.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, buy yourself a sponge rubber hammer, man.
All right, I will.
I'll see you, Chase.
Thank you. Steamroller Smith, the disc jockey. Mr. Smith! 220s. How about that?
Sheriff? Howdy, son. Have you heard anything from Pat and Liz?
No, nothing.
Chase, I'm in a jam, and I need your help. Wheeler swings a big enough stick in this country to make it rough, and he's doing it. Oh, I can understand his concern about Pat, but I just don't have a big enough force to comb this area inch by inch.
Is he demanding that?
There was a man killed in a wreck in a small canyon in a big city last year, and it took them 19 days to find him. I don't know what they expect of me.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, look, Sheriff, maybe I can get tomorrow off and
I'll get the gang and we can go out and search that pass. At least you can put that in your report.
I was hoping you'd say that. I can start at the upper end and work towards you. Can I have your help in another matter?
Sure. What?
You remember how those skid marks just went at right angles to the direction the car was traveling?
That's right, they did.
Headquarters think I'm nuts.
Well, then they're nuts. Didn't you send them that picture?
Well, I'm not the world's greatest photographer. Pictures didn't come out. Can't see the skid marks on the blacktop.
Well, that's what happened. I even wiped up the rubber dust with my fingers.
You might have to sign a statement to that effect for me.
You got it. Look, you can even see the bald spots on the tires where they went sideways.
Yeah, that's the spot, all right. But there's another thing that puzzles me.
Yeah, what?
How those tires got off of that car and almost on yours.
Well, look, on this wreck, they'd rot. And on my rod, they could prevent a blowout. Maybe even an accident.
Well, take good care of them in case the owner shows up.
Right.
See you tomorrow.
Right.
Let's call it a day. We've covered half the roads in this county.
Yeah. How about that ravine? That runs along here for about 8 miles. We'll start from here and you come from the other end.
All right.
Right. Sure is beat down around here. Look at that.
What is it, Shay?
Looks like an animal of some sort drug something along here.
You mean a wild animal here?
Sure, could be anything, even a mountain lion. Oh, come on. Thirsty?
Yes, but how about we gone far enough, Shay?
Ooh, that's bitter. Must have an awful lot of mineral in it.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's take a breather first.
Chet, I don't like this place. Let's go back.
Are you afraid? Now, you come on over here with me and sit in the shade and I'll show you. Let's go. Found something. Come on, let's go.
It's Pat's car at the bottom of the wash. 2 or 3 miles back by the old reservoir.
Were they in it?
No, nothing.
Drive me back to my car and I'll bring up the record.
Can a man step away from his past into a future free from fear? Or must the dead past return, making of every living moment a time tortured, tormented? Tormented, holding you spellbound for the she-ghost of Haunted Island. Their dreams of desire overshadowed by nightmares. Can a dead love's lust destroy a man? Or can a man defy the she-ghost of Haunted Island? It's going to be just as though you never existed. I'm going to marry Meg. But at the wedding rehearsal was one uninvited guest.
I'll never let you marry Meg. You belong to me, Tom. You belong to a ghost. Tom Stewart killed me! Tom Stewart killed me!
Scientists establish visual communication with rocket in flight. History is being made on the proving grounds of the National Space Foundation as scientists prepare for the ultimate total triumph over space. Within a matter of moments, you will, for the first time, see the interior of a space rocket in flight. Here's the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And now the wonders of electronic science enable us to see the interior of the rocket. Oh no, what's this? Oh my, not them. Yes, it's the Three Stooges who are making history all right, but laugh history. In their first full-length feature motion picture, Have Rocket Will Travel.
We're throwing things at us! Duck! Try to contact Earth.
No change in their course, huh?
None. They can't control it. The ship's on an automatic course to the planet Venus.
We got contact. Take that down, quick. What's it say?
Beep, 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 beep. Get out of here. Hey, the television's on.
You heard about the Sputnik and the Mudnik. Well, here comes the Laughnik, a movie that's a three-stooge riot on a three-stage rocket.
We're landing.
For the first time, the world's craziest comedians are really out of this world.
Or admit it. We did it. Have rocket. We'll travel in space.
You are expected. Enter.
A talking automobile.
I am waiting.
I am Larry. I am Mo. And I am Curly Joe. Take us to your leader. Look! They're the spitting image of us, ain't they?
Oh, they look pretty good for robots.
Hey, they made Mo real ugly, didn't they, Larry?
I don't know. I think he's uglier in person.
Don't miss this hilarious mixture of missiles and mirth as the Three Stooges blast off in the biggest comedy bonanza in years.
He held these beautiful maidens captive in his jungle of death, a power-mad genius who changed them into horrible creatures of another world. Then 3 strangers stumbled upon his green hell. 2 men and a lovely girl who held civilization's last chance to halt this all-devouring evil. Could they stop all this terror? Could they stop this madman who turned these lovely maidens into half women, half beast she-demons? For terror that has no equal, for excitement that never lets up, see this explosion of frightening fury that flames into a motion picture experience you will never forget.
You know, for a giant lizard, this creature does a lot of stalking, you know? I mean, most giant monsters just kind of storm in there and get the job done, but this lizard just kind of hides behind undergrowth and giant logs waiting for a perfect opportunity. You never see Godzilla do that, you know, skulking behind, well, mountain ranges, I guess, waiting for the right time to strike. He just goes in there and gets the job done. Well, let's see if this lurking lizard can work up a decent rampage as we return to the Giant Gila Monster.
I wonder what that was.
Oh, probably just a little rock slide.
For some reason, this place gives me the creeps. It always has.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Give us some more. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Atta girl, keep it going. Keep it going, you're doing fine. Atta girl, keep it going. You're doing fine. You did fine, honey. A little beat up, but it'll do all right. Yeah. We'll meet you back at the garage, okay? Okay, let's go, Jenny.
See you later.
Where did you find it?
By the reservoir and Williams Wash. They weren't in it. No sign of blood or anything. You know, I think they were thrown clear.
Did you search the area?
Yeah, Gordy went down the ravine for about a mile and he looked beyond the wreck for a couple of 100 yards. Wouldn't you say, Gordy? At least that far.
Did you see any footprints?
No, none.
This thing's been around just about the same as that sedan. Like it had been hit with a 10-ton rubber mallet.
It's a pretty rough trip down that cliff, but could have done it.
Yeah. I'll have to go over that area with a rake.
You know, I've been thinking, if Liz and Pat had have eloped, they wouldn't have taken his car, because old man Wheeler'd have it traced right off.
Well, maybe he stored it, Chase, and then it was stolen.
Yeah, if it was stolen, and somebody parked it there, well, the brakes could have faded and it rolled off the edge.
It'd be a strange coincidence if they came back to this part of the county. Possibility makes some sense, though. I'll get my gear and dust for fingerprints. Gosh, I wish you boys would have called me before you drug it out. I might have found some clues to help us out.
I'm sorry, Sheriff.
The hard part's telling Mr. Wheeler. I sure dread that.
It's not like we found them there.
He's sure gonna raise Ned, because I didn't find this wreck sooner. Where's Mr. Compton?
Oh, he went down to the field with the load of fuel oil. Back in 2 or 3 hours. I'm gonna close up.
I'll see you later.
I'm off. Sorry I'm late.
Now, Chase, Wednesday. Just a minute, not so fast there.
What for? Did you ever play football?
With the Green Bay Packers.
I...
Oh, please, put me down.
No, not till you tell me what's going on.
All right, if you close your eyes.
I don't know what's happening, but they're closed.
Keep them closed. Closed.
This is silly.
Now,
Look what Lisa got me. Stay there, Chase. Watch. Stay there, Chase. I can get up. Stay there.
That was wonderful, baby. Just wonderful.
I've been practicing all afternoon. Ever since Lisa brought the braces over. And he walked all the way, twice. I want to do it right for you.
Oh. Would you like to hear a song? There was a mushroom, sad little mushroom. There was a meadow, ready to cry. There was a sparrow, gray little sparrow. There was an eagle, silent and high. And the Lord said, laugh, children laugh. The Lord said, laugh, children laugh. The Lord said, laugh, children laugh. The Lord said, laugh, laugh, laugh. And the Lord, he said, I created for you a world of joy from out of the blue. And all that is left to complete the joy, just the laugh of a girl and boy. Yay, 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 yay. And there was a garden, beautiful garden, held in the arms of a world without joy. And then there was laughter, wonderful laughter, for he created a girl and a boy. And the Lord said, oh, laugh, children laugh. The Lord said, 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 laugh. Yay, yay, yay.
Laughing's important, isn't it, Chase?
Oh, it sure is. And you know, I never felt any more like laughing than I do right now. I didn't think you'd be able to do that good in a week.
Didn't you, really?
Honest. But you know, you're going to have to work real hard. And you mustn't be disappointed if it takes a long time. Okay?
enough for one day, Missy. It's your bedtime.
Do I have to, Chase?
You sure do. Show me how you can walk.
Good night, Lisa.
It was a wonderful thing for you to do, Lisa.
I wanted to.
Now you're broke, aren't you? I was going to pick him up in the morning.
I know. When you showed me that money, I was afraid you'd get there first.
Well, I'm still going to pay you for it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Hello. Yeah, Sheriff. Well, you should have been back an hour ago. No. Where? That's awful. No, it couldn't be Mr. Compton. All right. But at the garage? All right, I'm leaving now.
What is it, Chief?
It's a wreck, an oil truck. It could be Mr. Compton. Honey, I'm awfully sorry, but I've got to leave.
There was a professor, foolish professor, who taught ancient lore at Miskatonic U. There was an old one, all-powerful old one, eyes closed in slumber, yet still staring at you. And Cthulhu said, laugh, children laugh. Cthulhu said, laugh, children laugh. Cthulhu said, laugh, children laugh. Cthulhu said, laugh, laugh, laugh. And then the professor found the Necronomicon. He read a few words out loud. This woke Cthulhu, all-powerful Cthulhu. Now madness and chaos descend like a shroud. And Cthulhu said, laugh, children laugh. Cthulhu said, laugh, children laugh. Cthulhu said, laugh, children laugh. Cthulhu said, laugh, laugh, laugh. And now the professor, crazy professor, sits in a room, all padded and soft, alone in his madness, stark raving madness, while the world falls apart, 'cause he was too stupid not to read passages from the Necronomicon out loud. Now all he does is laugh, children laugh, all he does is laugh, children laugh, all he does is laugh, children laugh, all he does is laugh, laugh, laugh. Yes, Missy, laughter is important. Hey, this is a violin. Where's my ukulele? Ah, no wonder it sounded so bad.
Science has learned that all people possess mental powers which pass the boundaries of the natural. This is the story of a man confronted by such strange forces within himself. At this moment, he is looking at a thing of evil, a thing that takes possession of the mind and compels it to kill.
I destroyed them. Something in me killed them.
Seven pins went in. And the 7 people died. Not 1, 7. Who put in those pins? You did. All 7. Maps and pins can't kill alone. The power of a human brain has to be behind them.
Oh, I am. You're right. We are so lucky. So lucky to be alive.
A terror in the hellish unknown, seeking warm, living flesh to drag down into the bowels of the earth.
has a secret nightmare about the ugliest way to die. Whatever yours may be, now it lives.
What are you yelling about?
Little people!
If you take them in, you'll be taken in, because there is no way to survive the devil times 5.
What about those kids?
You gotta be kidding. Whatever you think they are, they're not. Whatever you think they won't do, they will.
What are they?
They're piranha.
You mean you feed those little babies to those big ugly things?
Here, you want to feed them?
Not since Village of the Damned has death become so brutal or survival so hopeless.
Just like a backus! Leave her alone! Leave her alone!
One by one. Body by body. Death will come in its most dreaded form. They bring their own omen. And it is written in blood. The devil times 5 leaves nobody alive.
Here he comes now, Sheriff.
Come on.
Wait a minute, Sheriff. You got a sore foot.
Oh, no.
We can take my Model A. She's all shiny and bright.
No, we'll take my car. Come on, Harris.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it, but I sure heard about it.
Can I open this thing up? Yeah, go ahead.
Concentrate. Be careful, it's pretty hot.
He's not in it.
He may have been hurt and crawled away. Let's look around. Come on, Harris. Okay.
Thompson! Mr. Thompson!
Find anything, Sheriff? Let's go over this again. How did you get into the act?
I told you once.
Well, tell me again.
Well, I was barreling along in my Model A. She don't look like much now, but she was a beauty when I first
The
started.
accident.
She'll go, though. Get up to 60.
The accident. Just the accident.
Well, I'll tell you.
I wish you would.
This feller seen the headlights coming up the grade towards him, and all of a sudden they come to going over and over, then blew him. Bloy! She blew up. Well, he seen somebody was in a mite of trouble, so he come in the store talking about it. That's when I offered to call you.
Did you get the name of the witness?
No.
Did he see anything else?
No.
Do you want to wait in the car for us?
No.
Well, you're going to anyway.
Okay, Sheriff, okay. Like you say, always obey the law. Do this, do that. Somebody tells you no, somebody...
Any luck, Chase?
No, nothing.
Pat and Liz might have eloped, but Compton ought to be around here.
Maybe he's in the hospital.
No. I checked there before I left my place. Would Compton have any reason to want to get lost?
No, none that I can think of.
You would have no reason to know about this, but there's been a lot of livestock missing lately. One here, one there. That doesn't make headlines, but now it's people.
You think there's a tie-up?
I don't know. What we need is a criminal investigator, and headquarters won't send one down here.
Well, maybe they will now.
Yeah, maybe. Did you notice those skid marks? Just like the others, straight across the road. If it had been hit by another vehicle, the paint would be knocked off. What batters a car around like it was a toy?
How's the barn coming along for the party?
All right. I'll be done in about an hour or so. Say, you and Chase sure got off light. You took off this morning. You've just been sitting around here on your can all day long. That barn was a place to clean.
You get the high-five set up?
Yeah.
Well, you steamboats and dreamboats,
That's
let's put
Steamroller
sturdy
Smith.
on another session
Keep
of
'em
the old
low.
steamroller here at KILT. If any of you round rocks get lonesome for my voice, I'll be emceeing a platter party tonight out at Hargitay's barn on Route 43. Drop in. I'll flatten you.
Hey, man, that's us. We got the steamroller coming out.
That's where Chase has been all day, getting steamrolled.
This'll be a blast.
How about that guy?
Say, little man, you sure had a busy day. Getting that paint job and Steamroller Smith.
Now, how'd you guys find out about Steamroller Smith?
Well, he just said so on his program. Said it right out over the network.
Oh, I wanted it to be a surprise. Well, come on, don't spread it around, huh? How are the preparations coming?
Oh, that'll be finished about 45 minutes. The gang won't start arriving from East until 9:30.
We're under the wire with time to spare.
No sweat.
Oh, I hate the ground you walk on, little darling, for all them things that you have did to me. Oh, you nag me till you're hoarse, so I'm a suing for divorce. Little darling, I'll forget your memory. Hey, Grib, it's good. Come on, Cassie Bell. Let's go.
Man down here told me. Something real strange must have happened down there. Oh, yeah. He'll be handy if you want him. Right. Sit down, Harris.
You be going down to the wreck, Sheriff?
No, that's not in my territory. Headquarters already have a report. The troopers will take care of that. Harris, tell me again about the train wreck.
Well, I was driving along quite like in my Model A. Bought it in 32 for six.
Just a minute. I ask you what time it is, and you tell me how to build a clock. Just the facts about the wreck.
Well, I was driving along quite like it.
The wreck.
Then I turned around and come back down here and told you about it.
Give me your keys, Harris.
Keys? My keys? What for?
For spinning a yarn like that and driving while drunk.
I demand a sobriety test.
That does it. Go lock yourself up.
I demand a sobriety test because I ain't been drinking. At least I'm not heavy. Whatever you think's right. Which way is the step? Which way? Well, you can't win them all, can you, Sheriff?
Call your wife if you want to, Harris.
What? Are you crazy, Sheriff?
Our inebriated comic relief, Old Man Harris, there probably looks familiar to most of you. The actor's name is Shug Fisher, and he's been in everything on television from Petticoat Junction to Coal Shack the Night Stalker. But he achieved his greatest success a-singin' and a-strummin' with Roy Rogers and the Sons of the Pioneers. And now, partners, as the sun sets on this segment, we're going to mosey on into the badlands of commercialism and try not to get any on our boots.
Daughter of Horror. Here is tense, taut, chill-filled drama that shocks you with hair-raising horror. Not one word is spoken on the screen. The strangest motion picture you have ever seen. Daughter of Horror.
We switch you to the state capitol, where His Excellency, the Governor, is speaking from the Executive Mansion.
Further, I have, in conjunction with the federal government, declared this state to be a disaster area.
I was sent to keep you here until they come.
To kill me.
Vampires, alive among the lifeless, that make the night hideous with their inhuman cravings. If they are not destroyed in the flaming pits of hellfire, or staked to the ground in the light of the sun, will the unbelievable become real? A world of inanimate zombies by day, irresistible, horrifying attackers by night. Can a zombie woman's hunger for love repopulate the earth?
bound by no earthly law, possessing weird and enormous powers, these strange teenagers from outer space invade the Earth and prepare to possess its women. Nothing can stop their deadly advance. Earthmen are no match for their superhuman powers. They blast the flesh off humans. A moment before, she was a beautiful young girl. Now, she's a skeleton.
My baby, she rocks and rolls and rocks whenever she talks. My baby's a rockin' roll.
Hey, you gonna leave home?
I'm going to spend the night with the Blackwells. Mommy said it was all right. Will you take me over?
Well, I don't know, Missy. Gosh, that's 2 or 3 miles out of my way.
Oh, sure we will.
Chase, what in the world have you done to that car of yours?
It's a new fuel mixture. You like it?
I just barely touched the gas pedal and the back wheel started to spin. Why, I was 2 blocks down the road before I even knew I'd left home.
Come on, Mom. I'm just trying to make a hot rodder out of you. I'll get it. Hello. Yeah, hello, Sheriff. A what? Book on reptiles? Yeah, I guess I still have it around here somewhere. Yeah, sure. I have to take Missy over by the Blackwells. I'll stop by on my way to pick up Lisa. Okay?
Well, now I'm going to tell you something you don't know. I've been talking to a zoologist. And the Gila Monster's size is controlled, like everything else, by a sort of a thyroid or pituitary gland. Sometimes a change in diet can throw the balance all out of whack. Either the cells break down too fast or build up too slow. And this upset makes either runts or giants out of them.
Good, but what's that mean to me?
Well, I'm coming to that. The zoologist also told me about a doctor who just found the bones of some huge animals down in Tanganyika. And the theory was that they lived in kind of river delta country, and certain salts had washed into the valley, been absorbed by the plants, and then transferred to the animals, causing them to be giants. Well, yeah, I know. I probably sound a little bit like Harris, but let me tell the whole thing in my own words. There was another report out of Russia or the Ukraine. It was in the paper a couple of months ago. Maybe you saw it. About a baby that weighed 130 pounds when it was 10 months old and was taller than its mother.
Grew up to be a giant.
Yeah, and that same thing could happen right here. Did you see any footprints around any of those wrecks?
No. Gila Monster footprints?
Yeah, a big one, about the size of a bus.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
Well, I don't know. But Harris saw it, and some of the survivors of the train wreck saw it. A giant lizard.
Train wreck? Where?
At the bridge over Wilson's Wash.
When?
Tonight, about an hour ago. The troopers were inclined to pass it off as shock or optical illusion. And you can't always believe what Harris said.
A Gila Monster. Pink and black stripes. You know, I towed a guy in the other day, and he said he'd been forced off the road by something like that. I didn't believe him because he'd been drinking. And another thing, when we were looking for Pat's car, we saw where something had been drugged down the wash. You know, if they could have gotten that big, they could have knocked Mr. Compton's truck off that road. Could have gotten him.
I shouldn't have told you about this until after the party. And I just thought you'd want to know.
Hadn't we better warn everybody?
No. It operates in and around the wash. Troopers have got that staked out for a couple of miles. Just keep it to yourself. It might cause panic.
Okay, Sheriff, whatever you say.
Try and forget it for now and have some fun, will you, boy?
Yeah.
Hi, hold it! Hold it, all you jumping beans! Now, I got a surprise for you. We got the king of the DJs. Now, you've all heard him on his platter show on KILT. That's right.
Okay, your old dad here has some small words and some great records. I want you to have a ball tonight. Let's begin with one of the top kilt survey songs. What do you say now? Let's everybody dance. Here we go. Let's go, everybody.
Now, do you mind telling me what this is all about?
Have you been down to the train wreck?
No.
Well, I have. I talked to a trooper about my son's car. He said it shouldn't have been moved until a thorough investigation had been made and it had been photographed. This wasn't done, was it, Sheriff? I thought not. It was removed and clues lost without authority. You didn't put that in your report, did you, Sheriff? Of course you didn't. And I'll tell you why. You were protecting that Chase Winston. Covering him regardless of the effect it might have on others.
Chase was only trying to help. He's your son's friend. Probably the best one he ever had. Of course it wasn't in the report. What good would it do? Any kid can make a mistake, Mr. Wheeler, even yours.
But, Sheriff, it's my son that's missing. Let me ask you something else. Have you heard the reports about a giant lizard? You believe them?
I don't know, Mr. Wheeler. Doesn't seem possible.
Well, why not? There have been giants before.
That's true. But how could anything that big go unnoticed in this area?
Have you ever walked the length of Williams Wash?
No.
You know anybody that has?
No.
That area is so choked with underbrush, it isn't even good hunting ground. And I say it is possible for a giant lizard to have lived there for years without being seen. Now, if that is the case, my son's dead. So's Compton. I can't blame you for what's happened to Pat, but Compton's death is on your hands.
How did you come to that conclusion?
I'll tell you how. His truck was found only 2 miles beyond Pat's car. And if you'd investigated that area thoroughly, as you're paid to do, Compton might not have died. Well, now come out here. I want to show you something else. Now, something may have hit this car, but it didn't take the tires off. And where did those new white sidewalls on Chase Winston's hot rod come from?
Here, I guess. There was a towing charge against
He
us.
presumed the bill wouldn't be paid, so he borrowed the tires in the meantime?
Perhaps.
That's thievery, destroying evidence and obstructing justice. Now, your last official act of office will be to arrest that boy and bring him in. And I'll go along to make sure that it's done.
What did he say?
It was in the paper a couple of months ago. Maybe you saw it. About a baby that weighed 130 pounds when it was 10 months old and was taller than its mother.
Oh, holy Lugosi, that's terrifying. Oh, you don't think so? Oh, okay. Any of you folks have kids out there, or maybe a young niece or a nephew? Okay. Now, imagine a 10-month-old having a tantrum over not getting a cookie or some kind of toy they wanted, all right? Now, imagine that 10-month-old, maybe 5'10", 6 feet tall, and weighing 130 pounds. That kid would beat your head in for a cookie. And are you going to change that diaper? That's terrifying. I think that's more frightening than a giant lizard any day of the week. Ugh. That image almost makes me glad to go to a commercial. Well, almost.
Men, 1 billion strong, set to destroy the earth. The human race lulled into a false sense of security except for one scientist who dared probe the secret of this terrifying plan.
They're here. They're going to destroy us.
It's all right, Dr. Martin. You're with friends. You'll be all right.
They'll kill everyone. We've got to stop them!
Easy, Doug, easy.
Who are you?
A scientist, like yourself. Where do you come from? From a planet, yet unknown to you.
I'm getting out of here.
Stay where you are.
Dr. Martin, what are you doing with this?
Back or I'll kill him. Go on, get back.
Do as he says.
You'll see an amazing succession of staggering scenes. Strange monsters, giant reptiles, and astounding marvels of science yet unborn.
Not yet known, in spaceships of the future, these men of courage and daring set out to conquer the universe beyond the known world, facing unbelievable dangers on every side.
We're being pulled into the sun.
Meeting new adventures in undreamed of places.
Mars.
Lost and trapped in space, with no hope of return.
We've consumed too much of the fuel.
But they have not yet faced the ultimate horror the planet Astar has to offer.
Look there.
Hey, kids, a fellow dropped in over KILT the other day and played me a great new song. I thought it was just fine. I want to play it for you. We got a little pickup group together and cut a demo disc on it. I want to play it for you now and see what you think about it. By the way, the first person who identifies the singer on the record gets 2 free rides on my elephant in Bangkok, Siam. But you got to pay your own way over there and back. Okay, here it is now. See what you think of it.
I'll never promise not to stray. 'Cause baby, I'm made of that way.
Hey, Ray.
No, baby, I'm made of that way. But if you made an heart desire, well, I can give you golden fire. Yes, I can give you golden fire.
Get off your tar and feathers yet. I'm going to play the rest of it. How do you like it? Okay, who's the singer?
Elvis, one of the Everlys. Bill Darnell. Kate Smith.
Oh, very funny, but you lose. Look, the same guy you hear singing on the record also wrote the song. Now, who is it? Does anybody know?
What? No, who is it?
Okay. It's going to come out on records in a couple of months, and you can find his name on the label.
I
know it is.
Who is it, Lisa? Well, tell us.
Chase did it.
Oh, you did it, Chase. Why didn't you say something?
You didn't tell us.
Well, I didn't know there was anything I'd want to admit to.
Come on up here, boy.
Come on.
Quiet, everybody. Also, over at the station the other day, Chase played me another little song. It's kind of different from this one. But I imagine with a little coaxing, by hitting your hands together like this, he might give you a little preview of it. What do you say?
And the Lord said, laugh, children, laugh. The Lord said, laugh. Children laugh. The Lord said, laugh. Children laugh. The Lord said, laugh. Children laugh. Children laugh, the Lord said laugh. Children laugh, the Lord said laugh. Children laugh, the Lord said laugh, laugh. And the Lord said, oh laugh, children laugh, the Lord said
Just a minute.
Children laugh, the Lord said laugh. Children laugh, the Lord said laugh, laugh. And then the Lord, he said, I created for you world of joy from out of the blue.
What'll it take to stop that thing? I don't know, but I'm going down to the train wreck and get some troopers. If we pump enough lead into that thing, we may hit a vulnerable spot. Wheeler, you're going to have to give me a hand. But how? Keep these kids here. I don't want anybody roaming around.
Where are we going?
Storage shed. I've got an idea that might work.
You've been after this, now you've got it. You're deputized. Listen, kids, Wheeler's my deputy. You'll take your orders from him. Arrest anybody that tries to get away.
Sheriff says this is the place to stay.
Well, we're not staying here. That's right.
I'll have to arrest anyone that leaves.
No, we're
It's that time, my lords and ladies. Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. My lords and ladies, yes, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is the 1972 giant creature classic, Night of the Lepus, which was about a rampaging warren of giant killer rabbits, featured prominently in its cast a veteran of a classic science fiction TV series. Which sci-fi TV veteran appeared in Night of the Lepus? A. Rod Serling. B. DeForest Kelley. C. Bill Mumy. Or D. William Shatner. Search your memory banks, my lords and ladies, while these commercials try to make bank of a different nature. And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question: which veteran of a classic science fiction TV series appeared in the 1972 film Night of the Lepus? It was B. DeForest Kelley. Yes, my lords and ladies. None other than Dr. Leonard McCoy from the classic science fiction TV series Star Trek. Here he plays a college president that gets involved in an explosion of giant killer rabbits that run havoc across the countryside and kill livestock and people. It's a fun, schlocky 70s little film there. You might want to check it out. And, by the way, it was DeForest Kelley's first film role right after finishing up Star Trek. And now, my lords and ladies, on to the conclusion of the Giant Gila Monster, as Chase has a desperate plan to save his little town.
Now you take these keys and wait inside the office till I get back. I told you to wait inside. Why don't you do what I tell you? I haven't got much time.
You're not going to leave me, Chet. I'm going to help.
You know what's in here? Nitroglycerin, enough to blow up half this town.
It doesn't matter. I'm still going to help.
All right. Now take these, hold them, and don't let them bump. And for heaven's sakes, don't drop him. Now hold those.
Boy, he went through here all right. Now, they generally travel in a straight line. Good Lord, he's hit the Blackwell home. That's where Missy is. Mrs. Blackwell! Missy! Mrs. Blackwell! Missy! Hang on to that nitro. We're cutting across.
Keep that stuff still. Do you want to blow us up?
There they are!
There is Missy!
Missy! It's all right, Missy. It's all right. Lisa, get Missy and hold her down. Both of you lie flat. All right.
I'm scared, Chase.
That's okay, honey.
I tore my new dress.
Oh, we can get you a new dress.
100 dresses.
Everybody all right?
Yeah.
On the way back, we picked up his trail. Followed him across country. What did you hit him with?
My brand new 100% completed hot rod.
You'd have had to start in the next county to get up enough momentum to do that to him.
Not with 4 quarts of nitroglycerin riding with you.
You rode across that rough field carrying nitro?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what could have happened to you?
It did. I lost my car.
Oh, don't worry about that. Railroad will be glad to buy you a new one.
The run, Chase, did you see it?
I sure did, Missy. You were really traveling.
I thought I told you to keep those kids up at the barn.
Well, how do you arrest a bunch of kids going in all different directions?
Do you realize what would have happened if that thing had turned back?
Same thing that happened to Pat. Sheriff, your job is a much bigger one than I thought. Since Compton's gone, I guess Chase is out of a job.
That's right.
Would you make it a point to have the boy come around and see me in the morning?
I'll bring him around in the morning.
And then there was the road warrior, the boy named Chase. Did you see that? He sacrificed his brand new hot rod, filled it up with nitroglycerin, and ran it into the monster and blew it all up real good. You're a good kid, Chase. I don't care what they say about you. And good luck with that singing career. Although, a little advice, I'd stick with the My Baby She Rocks and Rolls When She Talks and Strolls, whatever that song was. I'd stick with that rather than the Laugh Children Laugh thing. You know, I think you got more mileage with that rock and roll song. I really do. Anyway, my lords and ladies, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we'll do whatever this is all over again. As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.